the learning curve. It's something you've heard of before, but we're going to decompose it and talk about it a little bit in the context of entrepreneurship and new venturing. So fundamentally, learning curves address the speed at which you learn something new. It's graphically depicted, and in that graphic it gives us some sense of how long does it take to develop a mastery level of skill set, or at least a proficient level of skills. In this context, when we look at something like the beta, the middle version, we start as a novice, we build skills fairly quickly, and we can reach a mastery level with reasonable speed. Other things may take a while. The lowercase alpha symbol is something where it takes significant time to build some expertise. We can then elevate and reach that mastery level at a much later point in time than on the beta curve. So let's put it in the context. What influences your learning curve are a variety of things. One is certainly what you know today. If you are an excellent snow skier, you might make the transition into water skiing with reasonable ease. However, if you've never skied and you've never done roller skating or skateboarding or anything else that revolves around that kind of category of sport, water skiing and snow skiing can be very difficult and can take some time to build expertise in. So again, learning curve certainly influenced by what you know today. It also is oriented towards your level of interest. If something interests you, you may spend time and energy and enthusiasm for it. If you're less interested, you may never get there, or it may take a long time. Tied into that is your level of commitment. When we think of time, it's not necessarily the calendar and how many days. It's more about how many hours does it take to build mastery. And that's influenced by the amount of hours you want to put in per day, where you can become a master relatively quickly in terms of days, but it might take a lot of hours per day to reach that level of efficiency. There's also an element of resources. Who do you have to help you? Do you have books and videos and coaching and mentoring and expert advice? Or are you kind of doing it by trial and error? So resources play a big role in the learning curve. Learning curve challenges for entrepreneurs are certainly there. You may, as an entrepreneur entering a new category, not be at the same point of expertise as your competitors. Due to their past operations, they've learned some things. They've experienced some things. They've gotten better at things and may have an advantage, hopefully temporary, but an advantage nonetheless on new individuals and entrepreneurs that are entering that space. So what is an entrepreneur to do? Well, one, you could minimize that gap by trying to do something new. So this is another incentive beyond just differentiation for the market and offering new to customers of a reason to be different and novel. Here, by being different and novel, you may make what the competition knows less relevant. You may seek a new market and make their ability to serve the old customers less relevant to your ability to serve the new customers. So in that way, think about how to minimize that gap between you and your competitors by doing something new that your competitors aren't yet experts in. We can also think about how to build a learning curve by building a strong team. So in this context, if I wanted to start an electric vehicle company, I would want a CTO that had similar experience, that learned how to do hybrid electric propulsion with Boeing, and had done it exceptionally well. I would want someone as a chief designer that had worked with Mazda North America's Design Center, one of the leading American and international automotive design centers in the world, and also had experience in General Motors. If I want to start an electric vehicle company, I want a CFO that understands money and that understands finance and has done that as a CFO of Ford, which is a $3 billion subsidiary of Ford Global. I want somebody that understands sales and innovation in sales and innovations in retail, and someone from Apple and Gap should have that knowledge. And I want somebody that can build cars, someone who's led manufacturing at Toyota, at Volvo, Mack, and Renault. And so in that context, it's the founder of Tesla, Elon Musk, a smart guy, a great inventor, but also built a strong team. So another way to climb the learning curve is to surround yourself with others that have expertise. Now, you may not be able to necessarily bring in the world's best at everything as Tesla did, but you can certainly look for people that complement your skill sets, that parallel your passion, that know what you don't. And through your team, you can help one another climb that learning curve. So in summary, when we think about learning curves, we want to recognize what you know, what you need to know, and what is important in the industry and markets that you're pursuing. We also want to think about how you can climb that curve. What are your relationships and resources? What's your commitment? As well as what you can do to build a strong team and be successful in navigating the learning curve.